Hello, everyone. My name is SeaTactics for the win, otherwise known as Ben. We are back again with the King of Anime podcast. This week, joined by, as always, special co-hosts. Introduce yourself.
Hey, Satsuki guys. Relaxing, chilling.
Yeah. As you guys are very well aware of, EA is not here. He is off. Defending the something. He's doing something cool. I don't know what he's doing.
He's fighting off the waifus.
Yes, he's fighting off the waifus. Oh, that's right. He's also filming the next James Bond movie, as it's announced here first. He is now James Bond.
Yeah, I think he'll do a good job. I think he will probably be the best James Bond in the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Craig, get out of here. Sean Connery can't even you can't even lace up his boots.
Oh.
EA's the best. So, trying something new. This week, there is a bunch of big news that came out of Japan, good old Japan, where we get all of our content from. And they announced Blade of the Immortal. Oh wait, thing's covering the thing. Well, I don't know if you guys are gonna like Blade of the Immortal. I have it locked in for I guess next season because it's coming out October 2nd. But it came out. This, by the way, if you don't know, this is a complete readaptation of the original manga. It's gonna be as close to a 1-to-1 as you can get. At least that's what they said. Because if you see, actually in the bottom left of your screen right now, there's no swastika. Oh crap, getting notifications. That's not, they can hear that. No, turn that off. There's no swastika on Magi. So they took some liberties and removed that, which makes sense why they removed that. But other than that, it seems like it's going to be a 1-to-1 adaptation. At least that's what they announced it. It's going to be a full, complete... everything from the manga is going to be in this anime. It's going to be directed by Hiroshi Hamasaki. Do you know what he directed?
I do not.
Steins Gate.
I'm pretty sure you would tell me. Oh yeah, damn it.
Yeah, he directed Steins Gate. He also directed another bad anime, but we're not going to talk about that one because hopes and dreams cannot be crushed this time. Series composition is by Makoto Fukami, who I'm sure most people will know him as doing the Berserk 2016 series composition.
Oh.
There's a couple. There's a couple, including Liden Films is actually helming this anime. And guess what they made? Berserk 2016.
No. That doesn't give me hope.
I have to get all the bad news out of the way first, because there's a lot of good news in this. But character designer is these names: Shingo Ogiso, who is most notable for Arslan Senki, and Ohana, Bleach, and Zeta Gundam. So
okay,
anime is known for their good character designs and stuff, although I think some of those, they didn't work character designs or series composition for all of those anime that they're involved of. Also, as a side note, the Makoto Fukami, the guy who did series composition for Berserk, he also, is the creator of Psycho Pass. So it kind of works itself out there.
That's at least some positive news.
Yes. The music is done by Eiko Ishibashi, who has not worked on any anime. She's actually, as far as I'm aware, some sort of pop artist or something like that in Japan. There's also another another anime that Liden Films did, Hanibado. So,
that's so That is so extreme. It's like on one end, it's like, oh, this shit looks great, and then on the other, it's like, oh, this is anime at its worst. So I'll take anything in between that.
If you watch the preview, they showed a short preview of what the anime would look like. It's not CG. It's
Oh, okay.
2D.
That's very, very.
Also, I'm pretty sure
Very
they announced.
promising.
I'm pretty sure they announced it would be in 2D. And these character designs here on the screen are definitely in 2D, and they look pretty much exactly like they did in the manga. Better, I'm not sure because I don't have the manga side by side looking at them, but I'm kind of excited for. Well, I'm really excited for this because they announced this year that this would be happening, and already they're like, yeah, it's coming out October 2nd. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, which that's another show. Like, Amazon Prime, in general, I think is a pretty terrible service, like, all around. But they got good anime. They get Banana Fish, they're getting Vinland Saga, and now they're getting 100-plus episodes with, maybe 100-plus, who knows, with Blade of the Immortal. So, good on them. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this from a person who just hears me rambling about it 24/7 and probably gets tired of it?
Well, from your testimony and others, I think I probably will end up enjoying Blade of Immortal. I've been hearing a lot of great things from it. It's not that I got a comparison of this, but when this comparison was brought up of Blade of Immortal and Vagabond, someone said that Blade of Immortal actually edges out Vagabond. Of course, I wouldn't know that to be true because I only read 100 chapters of Vagabond and none of Blade of Immortal. But if you can even make that comparison, that's a very that's very good to me. So I'm looking forward to it.
Or we can go the Goblin Slayer route.
Oh,
we can go straight into, hey, this is a lot like Berserk.
No.
It reminds me so much. It's got them, the Berserk feelings to it. You know what I'm saying?
It has the Berserk frame without any of the good content. It's just a husk.
It's nothing like Berserk. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's totally different. But a lot of people do compare it to Berserk, which it's not as appalling as like the Goblin Slayer comparison, just for the simple fact that Berserk and Blade of the Immortal are actually in the same genres. It's just they both have swords. Both of the main character has swords. That's the only thing that I can really compare beyond that. And their art style is way more like violent and gory sometimes. Although Berserk goes way into the gore stuff. Blade of the Immortal's like, oh, he's got his arm chopped off. Damn. That sucks.
Yeah. Hate when that shit happens.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again and again. But that's about it. Otherwise, I mean, it's like, if you actually look into it, this is pretty solid. I think pretty solid studio that's doing it. Everyone that's working on it seems to know what they're doing. They're not gonna go a Berserk route, which I'm very, very thankful for. Can't have another one like that. Me too. Speaking of Berserk,
please no.
Let's just go ahead and compare Berserk to everything. Vinland Saga. That reminds me of Berserk. Don't you just like that part in Vinland Saga when he's got a sword and you're like, wow, this reminded me of Berserk?
Yep, it reminded me of Berserk because Thorfinn was a kid and at one point Guts was a kid. But
exactly.
Yeah, that's about it.
Exactly. See? I knew you would understand. And of course. Goblin Slayer is still the best anime.
I agree.
Vinland Saga Episode 5. The Troll's Son. Thorfinn, left in the wild... God damn it, what is up with my handwriting? Hones his skills to eventually learn how to survive and then challenges Askeladd to a second duel. Wait, did I skip the first? What am I doing here? But just like the first, he loses? So yeah. So basically, this whole episode focuses around Thorfinn after the events of last episode, where, a little bit also on Ylva and the others, but for the most part, we are focusing Thorfinn on him, like, basically he's in the woods the whole time, learning how to kind of survive.
Yeah, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but just from my memory, I think this was anime original content. I don't think we ever got to see Thorfinn we didn't see Thorfinn as a little kid past when his father died. I'm pretty sure after that we just went into future events, but yeah, I like what happened in this episode nonetheless. It was cool to see him surviving and him having to get over his pride, because one of the down moments of the episode was him having to eat the leftovers when he couldn't hunt.
Yeah, I love that scene, actually. Well, I especially like the build up to it, where he sees the men eating, and they throw him that bone, and he doesn't do it, and he just goes back into the woods, basically.
Yeah.
And then it leads up to this, where it's raining out. It looks terrible. Like, everyone in the village is dead. There's like the charred, burnt, like what's left of a house in the background, and he's just like, God damn it. And he's looking at all the food, and there's no food left. They ate every single bit of it. Yeah, I could feel his frustration. That was a very well done moment in the episode, for sure. Yeah, I felt like a lot also as well. Just him learning how to survive was a really cool part. Because he just didn't go from, like, he gets off the boat and he basically gets humiliated. And so he gets sent off back into the woods, where he kind of has to, like, take a moment to figure things out. What is his next plan going to be? And so, well, he's starving now, and he has no food, so now he has to, go and hunt, basically. And I think he sees, is it a rabbit or a squirrel?
I think it was a rabbit.
He sees that, and, like, I think that's, like, or is it the wolf that he kills the wolf first? Either one. He makes the kill.
Yeah, he kills the wolf first.
Yeah. And that's kind of like that moment where it all kind of starts clicking for him. And I really liked that. I really liked how he focused in on that. And it's very interesting you say that this is anime original. I thought this was awesome. I thought this was great stuff. Did you think this added to the character of Thorfinn?
I do think it did, because it was I don't want to spoil too much, but I mean, if you've watched the opening, you've already seen how Thorfinn is going to look. But we never got to see the progression towards what Thorfinn is going to be. It's kind of, we saw Thorfinn as a kid, then his father died, and then we just kind of fast forward into the character that Thorfinn became. But I like this moment. I like what they did with this. Pretty much the only thing that was in the manga was the stuff we got with Ylva. I think that was the only thing that was faithful to the manga. So I appreciate what this episode did, because I think it did add on to the experience. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Also in the beginning, we see just the brutality of these Vikings coming in and pillaging and just murdering people, and it's nothing. It's just it's so brutal. They just come in, and it's just like, and it's so strange as well, because, like, everything around, like, I like the juxtaposition of, like, these invaders coming into this, like, untouched, peaceful land and just killing and destroying and burning down houses and stuff like that. it was a very, 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 very good way to open this episode, in my opinion. Just because it got things moving as well, and it was kind of shocking, I think, to see stuff like that after episode 4.
Yeah. I think it puts in perspective of how the Vikings are, because like you said, they kill these people, and basically you don't see anybody going through some conflict with themselves. They carry on business as usual. They're talking, chatting. It's just their everyday life, and I think how they portrayed it was a good portrayal. Because it's not, and the thing is too about it, they don't really, what I like about this series, just from what they show, they don't really paint the Vikings necessarily as bad people. It's kind of just like how the world is, and they live in it and they take advantage of it.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well. It's an interesting way to develop them, because on the outside looking in, I think a lot of other anime would go the easy route and not really try to develop them as much, or give them that time to humanize them a little bit. But I also think like a good bad guy is one that you can kind of understand where they're coming from, or at least get an idea of how they came to be that way.
Yeah.
And I think I can't pronounce his name. Ask a lad. I think he, especially in the last episode, he came off in a certain way that wasn't totally, straight up evil. And in this episode, you never really saw him, like, did we ever really see him kill anybody in this episode? I don't think so.
Not personally, I don't believe.
Yeah, I think he just ordered his men to kill people, and he was also very annoyed. Like, he didn't kill Thorfinn. Like, he beat the crap out of him. But also a lot of his men were like the kid's dead, and then when he wasn't, like basically, Askeladd, oh god, he's given this kid multiple openings to kill him. And when he could have just ended it. And I think at one point he gets fed up as well, and he's like, let's finally end this. And even then, he's like, you have to, like, learn how to live in this world now to come and fight me. And I like that. I thought that was a pretty interesting way to develop him. He just doesn't come off as totally just, I don't know, shut off from the world and evil. Like, it seems like you could sit down and have a conversation with this guy. He's not maniacally laughing or anything.
Yeah. Askeladd is definitely, I said it before, but he's probably going to end up, if he's not your favorite character, he's definitely going to be among them, probably second, if not first. He's interesting, the way he's letting Thorfinn, he's basically giving Thorfinn survival tips, without actually, straight up telling him what to do. It's kind of, if I could compare it to something, is a little bit of a stretch, but it's kind of like how Hisoka treats Gon.
Mm-hmm.
But in that way, Hisoka has an ulterior motive. Of course, he wants to fight Gon in the future, but with Askeladd, he doesn't outright kill Thorfinn, because right now he's just a nuisance to him, and he should kill him, because of course Thorfinn has a rage towards him that's never going to fade.
He's like Gohan, but he wants to kill people.
Yeah. Oh, angry Gohan is the best. But he's also the son of Thor's. So
yeah,
we can see it with even with Yelva. We can see that bloodline is a very strong one. So keeping Thorfinn alive does not work in a benefit of someone like Askeladd. So that just speaks to his character and the layers to him, because he's not a typical bad guy that has to just like get rid of the hero so he can carry on it with his plans. He's human.
Right, exactly. Malice said he dragged off a woman. So maybe he is a terrible person. like
oh yeah, he's bad. Like, don't get me wrong, he's doing dirty and bad things. He's just not completely off the rails to where I can't understand him.
Right, yeah. I'm very, very, very excited to see how they treat his character moving forward, though, and how, because I think what they're trying to do, they're trying to set up like a kind of like a revenge story, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely.
So I imagine the goal of this story is for Thorfinn to get his revenge, and all of that, and probably, just like Askeladd said, to go out and fight and get more experience, and then try again. And which I also thought it was cool when Thorfinn learned how to throw a knife, and he was like, "Huh, oh wait, this could be a thing. I could throw a knife." I imagine, I'm just gonna take a gander here and say that he's gonna throw a lot of knives in this show.
The dagger is his signature weapon, which I like because that's not a normal. It's not like super unique, but we don't usually see characters fight with daggers.
Yeah. Also, I like that whole thing where he realizes that the smaller knife, the dagger, is better for him, because he's waving the sword around and it's heavy, and he's like falling forward and backwards and all sorts of directions, and he picks up the smaller knife and he's like, "Oh, this works way better." I like that. It shows that Thorfinn, he's learning, and he's learning the hard way, and I like that. I like that whole thing. It's really cool. This show's cool. This show's great.
Yep.
We need more shows like this of just Vikings. We need a slice of life. Yeah. Kyoto animation.
Surprisingly, we don't have a lot of series about Vikings, which is never really thought about that.
Probably because it's in, most anime is in Japan. But Kyoto Animation need to get on that Moe slice of life Viking stuff.
Oh God, no!
Where they kill people with cake and tea.
It's not like I'm gonna kill you, but Baka. That would be terrible. Please don't do that, Kyo.
Terrible or good? I can't.
I don't know. I mean,
I know it will be better than
weird
Surune.
Concepts work. Better than what?
Better than Surune, for sure.
Oh yes. I agree.
Malice says, "Well, technically, you could call Vinland Slice of Life so far, kinda. The life of a Viking."
Yeah.
I love it.
It's not a fun one, but yeah.
Yeah. It's. Yeah. This anime. This anime reminds me a lot of The Witcher, which I think is one of the reasons why I really like this anime as well, because I'm a big fan of The Witcher. Have you ever played The Witcher, Satsuki?
No, I have not.
Mm-hmm. It's basically what this anime is, but you get to bang girls and destroy demons with fire. It's really cool. There's another thing that happened. So we go back to the village where Ylva and what's her name? The mother.
Helga.
How do I not remember that? They bring back all of Thor's stuff, and he's like, "Hey, he's dead." And they both don't really have the mother is like, Helga's obviously like worried for Ylva, because Ylva's like totally fine, but it's obvious it's one of those things where it's like she's trying to, this is her way of coping, is now she's like, she's got to like fill in for the spot that Thor's left, and so she doesn't have much time to think about that. Which is funny. At one point, there's a bunch of people running to the water with harpoons, and she goes, the harpoon, a whale.
Yeah, she's the daughter of Thor's. That's all I can say.
My note is just Ylva is crazy.
She is very crazy, but I like her.
Yeah, at one point she says, you can't, what does she say? It's like, you'll get hungry if you worry too much. I'm like, man, Ylva, damn it. I like you now. Not that I didn't before, but now I really do. But yeah, and so her way of coping is just kind of ignoring it and keep on working. That's how she's getting through it. And everybody's worried about her. Like, hey, are you okay, Ylva? And Ylva's like, yeah, totally fine. Also, at one point, it was that scene where, yeah, everybody was like, hey, Ylva, are you okay? And then she picks up that, what was it? What were in those, like, urn jar things?
I think it was just water. I think she was carrying water.
She just lifts it up immediately. Because she's a badass.
Yes, water is very heavy.
Yeah, and then at the end of like this segment of the show, she's still working, and Helga's like, "Hey, calm down, like stop working for a moment.
Sit down." Yeah,
like
it's like, bro, you worked the whole damn day.
Take
chill, relax.
Your father just died. Come on, let's talk about this. And then she starts to cry, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ylva's great.
Yeah, she has to fill a void for not only Thor's but Thorfinn as well. Not even just with the work and whatnot. And that even then that's a big gap to fill, because Thor's is a very strong guy, and now Ylva is basically alone and trying to take care of her mother and keep up the duties that need to be done. And then you just have the emotional thing. She lost her father's dead, and her brother is just missing.
Oh yeah,
she doesn't even know.
Yeah, there's that whole thing
where he is.
I bet she probably thinks he's dead too.
Yep.
I mean, how would you not at that point? And yeah, and not only that, but Helga, they've said it multiple times in the first 3 episodes that Helga is not physically capable of some things. She's weak. So that's just another thing. Anything else happened in this episode?
Just briefly, Thorfinn, when he went to go challenge Askeladd, the first time he didn't kill him in his sleep, he said that the reason why he didn't do it, because Askeladd called him out on that. He said he didn't do it because since he's the son of Thor's, he wouldn't do something cowardly like that. But just for me, since this is anime original, I have to interpret it the way I seen it. I believe he only did that because he was literally scared to do it. He was shaking because he's never killed anybody before. When that scene happened, he didn't even kill an animal. So I thought when he said that, I didn't do it because I'm not a coward, that was just an excuse to kind of justify his fear in that moment.
Yeah, I didn't even think it. I didn't even interpret that way. I was like, oh yeah, it's straight up. He's Thor's son. He's gonna watch the life drain out of his eyes, and he's gonna smile when it happens. That's probably more Gon. Gon would probably use something like that.
Gon is sadistic. This is confirmed.
Didn't Gon break that guy's one wrist with a smile on his face? And he was like, haha.
He did it like it was a game, like it was a video game. Gon is fucking crazy.
Gon and Thorfinn, they need to team up and just kill everybody.
Oh god, they could do it. They could pull it off. I believe in them.
It would be a The 2-man power trip. That's what they'll call it.
I am down to see that happen.
OVA original material by Kyoto Animation. It'll be great. So what are we giving this? By the way, no anime will be killed off this week, and I forgot to post CKOA. What the hell is wrong with me? Sorry.
Damn it.
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to instead, we're going to decide kill or pass.
We are definitely passing Vinland.
Needed more children killing people. Very disappointed in that. Probably gonna kill it.
Damn it.
Just kidding. Totally passes.
Next episode.
Carole and Tuesday. This is a show that I watched this morning, actually, because I almost forgot to watch it.
Oof.
Carole and Tuesday, episode 16. A Natural Woman. Of course, an Aretha Franklin song. She died recently. Very sad. I think last year. Very, very sad. Very influential. Yeah. Yes. Episode 16. Before when Gus... I can't read any of my handwriting today. This is terrible. Before when Gus need to Mars, I'm not sure what this word is, but we heard the
Goddamn
but he heard the voice of Florida? Flora. Okay.
Florida.
And decided to...
Well, it is Gus. I wouldn't be surprised if he heard from Florida.
What if Flow Rider's alive and he's just all you hear in the background of one episode is "Give it a green light."
I seriously would not be surprised if that happened. Honestly, we got the fucking bullshit song from Mermaid Sisters. Anything is possible.
Oh man. Gus decides to help her get to the top by being her manager, but in Florida's pursuit of money and fame, she leaves Gus behind, and because of that, she has nobody to shield her from all of the terrible atrocities of the music industry, and so she gets addicted to a lot of drugs, loses her voice, and when they just so happen to actually find her, Gus decides to inspire her again by having the girls cover some of her songs. This episode was awesome.
I think this episode, for me at least, it kind of really gave a lot of development to Gus, even though it was mainly about Flora and her influence on Carole and Tuesday. What the episode did for me is just, it made me see that Gus is one of the best characters in this series.
Which is funny because I remember I was watching this episode and I'm like, I remember like the first 3 episodes, we were like, he is the worst manager.
Yeah.
I remember us saying that, like, he spends all of the money, he's terrible, he does stupid things, and he was a drummer for a band named Lazy Sandwich. But now I'm 180'd on this guy completely. Now I'm like, oh, so Gus may not be good at certain things, like, you know, getting good record deals, but well, actually that makes sense now. All of those decisions on the outside that seem, you know, like they were stupid, like when Gus sabotaged the record deal thing or whatever. Now it makes sense. Makes complete sense. He didn't want Carole and Tuesday to get wrapped up in all of this nonsense about the music industry. So, Gus, your best boy.
And I think that's like a direct contrast to I forget this dude's name. It's Cal God, thank you. Satsuki, you finally did it. Tao. It's a direct contrast to him because with Tao, you're going to get the best sales as evidenced from um, Angela actually being number one on the charts. With someone like Tao, you're going to get the best number wise and financially and all of that stuff. But when it comes to your personal personal problems and your like anything like that that has to do with you, the artist, Gus is the guy to go to because he may not get you the best deals, but you're going to be happy in what position you're in because you're not going to have to deal with the problems that we see Flora go through with the drugs and the people betraying her. Carole and Tuesday didn't have to worry about any of that. Gus is shielding them from all of that because of his experience, and it's kind of crazy. Even as a young guy, he just seemed to have this charm about him that let him navigate through the industry. Again, still not even being like the best like manager technical wise.
He has his strengths that no other manager would have, and he has his weaknesses that for other managers they have it that stuff down pat. But it's I think it has to do with his I guess his stint in Lazy Sandwich, where he literally just completely rock bottom and failed. And he said at the beginning of this episode that he was just gonna stop completely. He was gonna give up, and it wasn't until he heard Flora's voice where he's like, "Oh, I can help that person. I can help that person not be like me," which is a failure, and in turn redeem himself to not be such a failure. And which it's kind of also it's also sad because he found like a purpose, I guess, to be in the music industry again, but he still failed in a way because Flora abandoned him, and that's not really his fault, but
yeah,
it's obvious from the way that this episode progressed that he regretted that, letting Flora go. And I think the girls say at one point of like basically not to let it happen again. And so that's why he goes to the like the fountain or whatever, where they originally split up, I think.
Yeah, it was tragic because it was in Flora's case, we could understand why she would drop off Gus because it was a huge opportunity, but that goes to the whole idea of if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. And in Gus' situation, it was kind of like it's weird because they're the same age, but or not I don't know if they're the same age, but they're around the same age. But it's kind of like a situation where you're letting your kids go out and venture out and do what they want to do.
Right.
And he just like completely let go and let Flora be, and then he didn't try to reach out to her after that, which may be a pride thing, but yeah, we saw how that turned out. So it was tragic on both sides, but you could understand why both would do what they did.
Right, exactly. I mean, Gus had his reasons to let her go and not to let her go, but he ultimately chose to let her do it. And I think that was I think in some ways is probably important for Flora to go off on her own as well, because it's not like she did that and immediately failed. She became massive, and I'm sure she gained a lot of experience and a lot of things that are very memories or that are very valuable to her. But there was always the one, and that was Big Daddy Gus.
Is that what we're calling him now?
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I mean, but the thing with Flora is that, yeah, like you said it, she didn't immediately fail. It's not like dropping off Gus immediate, or was an immediate, there was an immediate consequence, a negative consequence. She was flourishing. She even performed at the Super Bowl, or their version of the Super Bowl. I forgot what the hell they called it.
I think it was literally just the Mars Bowl.
Mars Bowl. Okay, we'll go with that. If any artist would love to be in a position like that, we talked about it before, but people would love just to be a one-hit wonder. Even just that is a success for some people, just depending on how you look at it. But in Flora's situation, her career would be a complete success in terms of achievements. It's just it wasn't there was no longevity in it. It was a burst, and then it just died out eventually.
And that's probably because she didn't have Gus there. She didn't have. I imagine if she didn't burn out, she would still be, because she would still be around performing in big shows and stuff like that, and still be a big hit. And the girls say, like, they haven't heard a Flora song in a long time, and it's also kind of we don't get much Flora dialogue. It's mostly like Carole and Tuesday and Gus, which is very interesting. But Flora, I've lost my train of thought. I don't even remember what I was going to say. God darn it.
Well, to piggyback off that, I think Flora, it wasn't necessarily like, because I said it before, for me, this episode told me more about Gus than it did anybody else. It was less about Flora the character and more of what she represented to Carole and Tuesday, and it's also kind of like what Carole and Tuesday could be if they didn't have someone like Gus managing them. But they're wholesome, so I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen. But again, we've seen wholesome people go down the wrong path without the right guidance. So I believe that Flora was more of a symbol than anything.
Flora's backstory is also really interesting. Her parents died. She was poor, and basically she would not take no for an answer in terms of her getting rich. That's what she wanted. She wanted to freedom from her poverty, and the best way to do it was for her to perform music, and it worked. And I think that's a lot of people. I think a lot of musicians start like that. Is their passion is one that is born from like despair, really.
Yeah. I liked how Carole and Tuesday picked up 3 random guys and they just rocked out with them for free.
Oh man!
Like literally, like we need this, we need this, we need that, we need a bassist, we need a drummer. And what the hell did the other guy do? Damn it!
The guitar.
Okay, guitar. They just find it all at the park. It's like they find everything at the park. It's funny.
The bassist, he was like, his eyes were darting around the room constantly. I was like, is he like tweaking out?
And they just invited them to Carole's house. Like they're going to get in trouble. Like somebody's just going to rob them one day.
Yeah, they had like drums and bass and guitar all set up outside, just playing.
God, they find everything at this park. They found Flora there. They found their rock out. Carole she didn't find her there, but the dad was there too at one point. So this park just is legendary for just attracting people.
I love it. It's great. It's great. Dreams are born at that park. I want to go to that park. But yeah, and they're apparently really damn good at playing instruments, despite their looks and their eyes darting around the room constantly. They play really well. And then they perform. I forget the name of the song. They perform basically the ending of one of their songs. And then at the end, they're like, we're going to dedicate this one to Flora. Or, as she's actually known, Flo Rida. And then they perform Green Light.
Yeah, that happened. I was there.
No, they perform one of her songs, and and as they're performing, Flora starts to sing along, which is a big moment because at the beginning of this episode, she's like, I can't sing anymore. And this, by the way, what Flora, like when she was younger, beautiful. She got messed up hard because she looks vaguely like Flora from before, but droopy face, like wow.
Yeah, it's like the life is literally drained out of her. She's, I mean, like when they first showed her at the park, I thought like she must be like strung out on drugs or something.
Yeah,
and that was kind of the case. They didn't really go too deep into that. It was mentioned, but it wasn't like Gus was saying that she was a drug addict or anything like that. But we just see the industry has took a toll on her.
Yeah. But at the end, she's like, "Hey, I can sing again," and then she's like, I think she's like, "Hey Gus, remember that flower you gave me? It was like the best flower." And I'm like, "Oh, they're gonna kiss and make out. They're gonna get married. They're gonna be kissing in a tree. Oh." But I don't think that's gonna happen.
We need some Gus ship. We need Gus ships. I don't think it will happen either. But yeah, it's about that time. Gus should settle down.
Yeah, and Flora obviously has some issues, but come on, they got the history. They got the chemistry.
Yeah,
they know they're good for each other. Only good things happen when they're both around.
Yeah, they should do it.
Exactly, they should bang. I think maybe because of the delay, I think we may have said that at the same time.
Yeah. We also had a tad bit, and it was weird because it was only a minute of it, so it didn't really fit this episode. But we got a little bit of Angela, and I said it before. I said the dude that she was with, that she got introduced to. I'm not going to remember his name, but the guy with the orange hair that Angela's mother introduced, they met up. I said, this dude is creepy. Like, what if he's the one that? I don't think I said that he was the one stalking her, but there was something going on with Tao or something. And I was like, what if he's the dude sabotaging it? Because he just seems weird to me. And then he said that one slick comment where he said that he wanted to be Angela's knight. And that's what the stalker was. Oh, no, that's the name of the stalker. Because I think the stalker is on Instagram and whatnot.
Yeah, it's Black Knight.
Yeah.
I'm the goddamn Batman. It's Batman. Where's Rachel? God. Where is she?
I don't think he would be able to pull off that intimidation, but he's very creepy.
Where's Angela?
And then she got her shit wrecked. So, yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing happened. She walks in, and there's a bunch of stuff destroyed, and she throws down her phone, right? And it smashes, and it breaks, and shatters. And then Angela's like, oh no, and then that's it. I think that's the last time we saw of her in this episode, so I think next episode we're definitely gonna, maybe an Angela episode, you never know.
I really hope so. For the last couple of episodes, not last couple, but I feel like with Angela, before she got a lot of focus, but now is kind of like loosely related events that are happening that they can connect, but they haven't connected yet. Because you have the whole stalker fiasco. You have Tao, who's like literally trying to make a hologram version of her or something like that. And then you have the whole business with her mother, who she's not exactly taking advantage of Angela. I wouldn't say that, because that would that would make it seem like she has ill intentions for her, but she's definitely pushing her dream on Angela. And yeah, those are the three things surrounding Angela right now. And of course her desire to be the best, and transitioning from actor to singer. So I really hope we do get an Angela centric episode soon.
Yeah. Maybe maybe Tuesday is the one that's the Black Knight. Maybe there's gonna be a character development where suddenly Carol's gonna walk in, and Tuesday's gonna be on a phone, and Carol's like, "Where'd you get that phone?" Tuesday's like, "What are you talking about, phone?" And then Carol doesn't think anything of it. But 2 episodes later, suddenly Tuesday has a bloody knife. Where'd you get that bloody knife, Tuesday? Oh no.
Is this
Carol, I don't know what you're talking about. Come over here. Let me show you. This isn't a knife. Let me just shank. Carol's dead. Angela's next.
Is this Doki Doki Literature Club?
Now, if it was Doki Doki Literature Club, there would be like, and the backgrounds would be slowly like tilting to the left, and like the music would start like the openings, like they would start getting sped up every episode, and the music they play would like Tuesday would like start doing weird stuff during them. I'm telling you, it's gonna
you will
happen.
also need to write a poem.
Oh yes, yes. And Tuesday writes a poem, and she has to pick a bunch of words.
Yes.
And then it's Tuesday going on a killing spree. But guess who Tuesday couldn't stop? Big Daddy Gus.
He's the one to stop it all.
Yeah,
the hero we needed.
He's such a large man. He gets stabbed, and he's like, "Ha! Your stab wounds don't bother me. They will later, though. I will have to go to the hospital, but for now, I can take maybe 2 more of these." And he takes 1 more just for good measure, and then like, I don't know, breaks her leg or something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm disturbed by that plot twist, but it's good to have it in the thoughts at least. But please don't do that, Carole and Tuesday. Don't listen to C.
Also, apparently Jiggy is now Ziggy, and I don't know what to think about that. I can't accept.
I thought that was me. I was like, wait, do I have bad subtitles? What's going on here?
Jiggy has been Jiggy because he gets jiggy, and that's the only Jiggy I know. I don't know no Ziggy. I said a bunch of things.
Just get replaced?
I hope not.
They like they just off-screen Jiggy and they got a new one.
The AI robot comes by and he's like, "Say hoot," and just murders him. Oh no, that's the other murder mystery thing. They've already started it. It's happening. They murdered Jiggy.
Oh no.
And they replaced Carol's thoughts and memories with Ziggy. So like when she thinks of Jiggy, there's only just like a black void, and she starts to get a headache when she thinks about Jiggy. She's like, "Oh, why does my head hurt?" She's just like, "What? What are you thinking about, Carol? Don't be thinking about anything you're not supposed to be thinking about. I got a knife."
This sounds like something, but I can't even think of it. So, yeah, just bring back Jiggy. I don't know no Ziggy.
South by Southwest still exists. I don't know how to think about that. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I wouldn't know, actually.
Also, their song placed top 53, so that's pretty good. And Gus is like, "Oh, wait, hold on a second. You got to place a little bit higher. What about number 1?
I don't know. Damn it. What episode are we on? We're on episode 16, I think. I don't know. See, I don't believe the goal is, well, I guess the goal is to become number 1. But I don't think it's like Angela to where they want to necessarily be the best ever. They just want to reach that success just to have it. I don't think that's going to be something they would need to maintain or anything like that. If they were to like go top in the charts once and forever just have, or for the rest of their career, just have a longevity and just be able to play the music they want to play, I think they would say they're successful.
This is how the show's going to end. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
They're going to end by performing on stage, but like a big stadium show. And they're going to be singing like you know, that one, they're going to be singing Kiss Me. And Tuesday's going to be like, "Hey Carole, don't mess up. I still got that knife." And then Carole messes up, right? And then she takes out the knife on stage, throws it at Carole, like some Thorfinn shit, right?
Right.
Slices her carotid artery. That's it.
Okay.
That's the end.
The end?
That's the end?
No season 2? Or...
Well, they'll probably do like a movie or something.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a thing.
What you have all learned today is that SeaTactics is psychotic.
Yep.
And
You want... well, I kind of get it because you do like murder lollies, so...
yes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They've probably tainted me. That's probably bad phrasing. They've probably... you know what? Let's just leave it. What are we giving Carole and Tuesday episode 16? Because I'm giving it a double pass because EA's not here, and I feel like that would be a smart thing to do.
Yeah, well, I'll kill it just for fun because
Oh damn it!
Tuesday is apparently a killer, so we'll do that.
The most innocent
like
one. Yes. So that's 2 passes and 1 kill.
Yeah, 3 passes.
Okay.
Don't take me serious. Do not take me serious.
We're bad at talking about Vinland Saga, but we can talk about Carole and Tuesday all day, every day.
This is true.
Let's also talk about things we talk about all day, every day. Fire Force.
Yeah.
Episode 5. The battle begins. We learn the sister girl has a connection with Princess Hibana as they were both training to be nuns, and then sister goes to Hibana to talk about some stuff, talk some sense into her. Then Hibana decides to like use the sister as bait to lure out the eighth. The eighth are like, "Hey, where's sister at?" It works, and the eighth go and they all fight and stuff, and Hibana's crazy.
Yeah, she's very crazy. I wonder what's the relationship exactly, because all we got was that they were both apparently going to be nuns, and of course something had to deter Hibana because she is, I don't know how you go from nun to crazy scientist god complex lady.
She spent too much time on Reddit.
If that's what Reddit can do to you, I'm uninstalling it right now.
It would be a good idea.
I don't want that. But yeah, they seemed like they were friends or something. They knew each other at the very least.
They
Yeah,
were
they
definitely
were
had that kind of very close bond.
Yeah, they were sisters. Um, but something happened, and I'm pretty sure that's going to we're going to flesh out Princess Hibana
Oh
the
well, I
next
think she's
episode,
already
I
fleshed
believe.
out enough, if you know what I'm saying.
She is. She's very well endowed. And we talked about this, but they're firefighters, so maybe you shouldn't have certain body parts exposed or any exposed, but that's neither here nor there.
Also,
But
what's up
go ahead.
with Sister just dousing herself in water and with white robes on and just and not having a something to change into, and just walking around basically, with your clothes see through for all of the, everybody to see.
Literally nothing. I couldn't even try to come up with why did the beginning scene happen. I was like, what was she doing? She was just like praying, and I was like, wait, why are you almost naked? Like, you're outside. What is going on?
I mean, the only thing I can think about is you know religion restricts you from exploring your sexuality, maybe. So now she's like a hardcore nudist or something like that in secret.
Sure, we'll go with it.
I literally cannot think of anything.
We'll go with it.
But I think the important thing about this is the initial scene is that it sets up, she's crying, she's like, oh, Nay-san. And I think that's what that was, where she's like, very sad. But why is she being sad while dousing herself in water? Do people, do nuns do that? Do they just douse themselves in water?
I will have to ask a nun.
Would they get near you? That is the question.
Yeah, maybe not.
I know they wouldn't for me. They'd be like, they would throw holy water at me. I'd probably start melting.
Yeah. It's all the lollies. They taint you eventually.
Whoa. I ain't no lolicon. Okay?
Debatable, but...
How is that debatable?
Damn it. So, I really like Company 8. I really do. Like, I'm jumping ahead, but I didn't think I would like them at all, or not. I thought I would only like a select couple, a select few. I'm still iffy on Arthur. Is that his name? I believe that's his name. Arthur.
There's
Excalibur boy.
Oh yeah, Arthur Boyle.
Yeah. I'm still iffy on him, but pretty much everybody in Company 8 I like. I like the lieutenant. I like Obi. I like Maki. Yeah, Maki. I like Maki. Shinra. Yeah, I like her. Latom. I like her. Shinra's okay. So I pretty much like the cast. I like how they basically do what they want. They ran up on the fifth SWAT's territory with guns, like actual guns. They are crazy.
I like how they explain that. I think what did he shoot? Was it Shinra in the leg?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, they shot me," and I'm like, "Did they actually shoot him? Oh my god, that's amazing." That's like, you never see that ever in anime. Just a character walking up and shooting and kneecapping a guy. And it happened, except for it's explained where it was real bullets, but like he can control the power of the bullet because of his fire ability. Because to have a gun, you have to have combustion. Which I assume is what they're good at, seeing as they're magical shonen firefighter guys.
Yeah, the second generation can fight. They have to have their like a source. They can't just create the fire like the third generations. And I think the only third generations we know are uh damn it, can Arthur do it? Yeah, Arthur, Shinra, and Hibana, and fan service girl
Fan service girl.
Tamaki.
Tamaki, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's not talk
cat
about
girl.
her. Let's just get her out of here.
Yeah, there was better things in the episode.
I'm glad she didn't join the cast. Of like, I hope she doesn't. Did I just jinx it? Crap!
You did.
Ah, damn it!
She's definitely going to. I don't know if she's like going to join them. Actually, now I can see something like that happening. Damn it.
I really don't want her anymore in this show, unless they change her character completely, where it's not just whatever she was in the beginning. I don't even remember what I found so annoying about her.
At least she wasn't in this episode, because we got Princess Ibana, who is crazy, and I'm in love.
Yeah, no, she's emphasis on crazy. Her silhouette looks like freaking demon. She looks like a demon at one point. She literally says at one point that she's basically a demon. Like, she's like, only demons play here. I'm like, you're a demon. Only demons say that.
Yeah.
She's torturing and infernal.
Yeah. And it looks like she's having fun. It's not like she had any regrets doing that.
And the whole time when Shista comes over, Hibana's like, oh, it's Little Miss Have Not. I'm like, oh, god damn it. You also have like great one-liners.
Yeah, she's so weird. She just burned her clothes. It was.
Oh, I don't
burned
know.
all her.
That was dumb. I thought that was dumb.
Yeah, she burned her clothes and then she just gave her a jacket. Like, why? What was the purpose?
What was the purpose of burning it to that point as well? Just burn it all off.
I'm thinking that maybe that was more symbolic of her rejecting the nun thing, because she said it in an episode where she said that she said what you all worship is a hollow puppet that doesn't even exist. So I think she fully rejects that religion completely. So I think her burning the clothes was more symbolic of that, now that I actually think about it a little.
This is how this arc has to end. So Hibana just destroys everyone in the 8th. Just everyone. Everybody's laid out and everybody's like, who's left? Who's gonna come and save us? And of course, who's the one character we didn't see in this episode?
No.
Keep that character in mind. Very important here. And so Hibana goes on this like tirade of like, ha ha ha, I'm the winner, I win. And then from the sky, she's like, she just stops mid sentence in her crazy rant, and she notices a glimmer in the sky, and she looks up, and her eyes widen, and there he is, Jesus Christ, comes down with 2 automatic shotguns and destroys Princess Ibana.
Oh.
Pumps her full
I
of America.
wasn't expecting that one.
Pumps her full of America. throws a cheeseburger at her afterwards from Sonic.
Why from Sonic? Why from Sonic specifically?
It's a very American fast food chain. It's called Sonic, for Christ's sake. So American. And that is how they end this arc. Hibana gets blown to bits like in a Call of Duty game with dual-wielded AA-12s from Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
That is one hell of a crusade. If you want someone to believe in religion, yeah, I'm not an advocate of Jesus doing that, but that's a path.
Would Jesus become your waifu at that point?
Well, not mine, but does Jesus want a waifu? I mean, there's Hibana, but by that point he would have blown her to bits. So
Right,
the
exactly.
only person you would be left with is Maka or Maki and Tamaki.
Nobody cares about Tamaki.
Yeah,
I dare.
I'm definitely more of a Maki fan,
I'm gonna
even though
regret.
she's a ogress.
Oh well. Don't let her catch you saying that. She'll just. Oh, no, it's gonna be the nun. It's
Wait,
gonna be her because she's saving
she's in the
herself
show.
for God.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
And then they
yeah.
go off into back into space, to Pluto or wherever the hell they go, wherever hell heaven is. I don't know. And they just start banging.
I don't even know what the hell we're talking about anymore.
I'm really enjoying this podcast all of a sudden. I like talking about these stupid theories.
I don't know what to say.
I think we've
this
offended
episode was cool.
a lot of people who believe in the man upstairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But
he's going to be going downstairs on Sista, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. Is she even of age? We're talking about her, but we don't even know these characters' ages.
Listen, she's got to be 20. Gotta be.
Maybe.
22.
I hope so.
Listen, Jesus could just like age her or something. Jesus would be like, and you're now 22. And then they just start banging.
Okay, that's acceptable.
I wish EA was here.
I think.
I wish EA was
I don't know.
here.
I don't even think it's acceptable because he just does it with like no consent. He's just like, okay, now you're 22, even though you were before a 16-year-old girl.
She'll agree because that's just the way this theory goes.
Oh, okay.
Like she just like it's all consenting, of course. We're not like Shinra and Tamaki.
Yeah, they're a pair.
A pair of goons, geeks, maybe. But no. Sista and Jesus will be a great couple. I ship them for sure. My God, what else happened in this episode?
A lot of cool fights. There's actually, it's a big complaint because it was so dumb. But I'll talk about that a little later. But the lieutenant was awesome in this episode.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He just kicked everyone's ass, and then the one guy who was a second generation with the bubble gum, he was like so cocky, like this bubble gum will explode on it if I will it to. You guys can't touch me, ha 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 ha. And then the lieutenant was like, okay, where's he at? Maki tells him he's right over there. He shoots the gun in the air, it lands, and then Bubblegum Boy is like, what are you aiming at? Like, he's like, what? And then the bullets just ricochet everywhere and just hit him dead on, because when the bullets hit, that created a spark, so he was able to control. He controlled it when he shot it in the air, and then he controlled it again when it made contact with the ground. That was so cool.
He should have said, "It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum."
That would have been That would have been like the perfect opportunity to finally force that in there.
And you just ran out of gum. I don't know.
Literally,
he would just probably say it normally and it'd be fine. Probably more goofy the other way. I thought that was freaking awesome when he just ricochets the bullets. I'm like, oh my God, this show has good fights, really good fights. Most every episode, I'm entertained by something going on and I think there's been a fight scene in every episode so far.
I think so. I believe so.
At one point, I think the lieutenant is like just treat them how you to talking to Maki. He's like, just treat them all how like you treated those rookies. And, and she's like, oh please, I just gave them a light tap. So
yeah, she is a character. I love Maki.
She's great. She's violent. She's great.
Tough love. You love it.
I think it would have been funnier if she was like, I just gave him a love tap. It was fun.
Yeah. Just, almost killed them.
Yeah. Well, Shinra almost died. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Hibana has just been researching all these infernals illegally. What does she want with these infernals, Satsuki?
I believe she's I can't go into like some specific theory because we haven't got enough information for me to try to draw anything like that, but I think that she's going to end up having good intentions. That's just a gut feeling for me. I believe that once we get her flashback, we'll start to see her in a different light. And it's weird because just me personally, not talking about what makes sense in the story, I want to see Princess Hibana stay the way she is. I don't want to see her become this good character. She could be like an ally, which she already technically is supposed to be, but isn't. But I want to see her stay crazy. I don't want her to change. But I think once we get the backstory, and once Shinra eventually fights her, because I think he's going to be the one to fight her, and I think Captain Obi is going to be he's going to turn the tide because he was missing the entire episode. But yeah, with what she's doing, I think is for the good of the world, maybe, but the way she goes about it is very underhanded and frowned upon.
I bet it's her eyes. I bet she's like, I don't know, she's gone crazy because somebody put a spell over her, and now she's like, or somebody's, oh no, here we go. Someone said, I put a spell on you. And then the spell happened. And then now her eyes are all fucked up. And it had to happen at a young age.
They are, yeah.
Because those aren't normal eyes. Like, everybody else has normal eyes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so far. Those are some strange eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Correct. Right. Uh-huh.
We had the fifth, the Angels 3, but then there were like 9 of them. Oh. So it's like 3 times 3. We were like, we're the Angels 3, and then Lieutenant was like, how many of them are? How many are here? Like, I thought you said you were 3.
And one, I think they don't even take out the final one. The final one's just hiding behind a shipping container, just scared and frightened. I thought that was really funny. Also in this scene, at the end with the big fight, Arthur goes full Power Ranger, slices the guy in half with Excalibur, and he doesn't explode until he fully sheaths Excalibur, and then it explodes. That's some Power Rangers.
I gotta
stuff.
say, I love that. I love that. What the hell can I call it? Can I call it a cliche? I don't know. I love that in anime though, when you have like the swordsmen, they don't even realize they're cut until they sheath the sword. It happens so much, but I every time I see it, I'm just like, that's so fucking cool. No matter when I see it or what series does it.
Or like when there's one anime that does it so much. It's maybe Rurouni Kenshin, where they do the slice and they don't even look back. It's the anime's version of cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah, it's the look off is legendary. It's a technique that all cool people have to learn.
I bet Manji's gonna do it in Blade of the Immortal.
Omae wo shinderu.
Oh god. No WebMD. It's a WebMD joke. Whatever.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it.
Well, I mean, you know. Nobody. Well, with WebMD, you probably don't. Doesn't matter. I don't think there's anything else. I think we've talked about everything.
I didn't like Arthur. I mean, see, I can't complain about it because the series did a good job of showing that Arthur is an idiot. Like, and when I say he's an idiot, he's legit dumb. He just like he would look at a lizard or something and imagine it as a dragon. Like, this dude is crazy. Something's wrong with him.
Put him in the group with Gon and Thorfinn, yeah.
Just yeah. They need to see some help, like psychologist ASAP, because he's just crazy. And then the whole time he was fighting the guy, he was just getting his ass whooped. And then he realized, wait a minute, I'm not fighting with my dominant hand. And I was like,
oh yeah, I was like, what? Is that?
Yeah, like,
did they really do that? I thought for a moment maybe he was just joking, because I seriously did not. Was that really what happened?
Yep, he's that much of an idiot.
Next episode, he just needs to start speaking in English while everybody else is speaking Japanese, and he's like, "Oh, I was speaking English."
And the thing is, if that did happen, it would fit his character. That's why I can't complain, because the series has shown they've been trying to drill it into you. This guy's not the brightest, or he doesn't even have like a glimmer of light in his head. So I just had to roll with it.
You just reminded me of your John Doe tweet. I don't know if I should say that on stream.
Probably not, but
yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Follow Satsuki on Twitter. He's got funny tweets.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have to escalate it. Like, they have to go full in on it. Because at this point, that's how you make him better, I think. It's just make him this dumbest. But like the dumbest and like how like the Konosuba characters are dumb and you still like them.
Okay, enduring type of idiot. Like, okay. Okay, I can get with that.
He's like Goku levels of dumb, I think. Because Goku just like, here's a senso bean, villain.
Yeah, that's God.
I'm gonna have my 14-year-old son fight you because I can't beat you, even though we've only fought for like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna give up. There's just no way.
Man, Goku he's the guy. He's definitely a guy.
He's not a good father, that's for sure.
I can agree on that.
What are we giving Fire Force episode 5? I'm giving it a pass. I think it's I like this episode.
Yeah, I said like last episode was my favorite. Oh, I think this episode topped it off because the fights were just cool. We still got Princess Hibana, although it wasn't as much as last episode. We still got it, and yeah, I like what's going to come, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have Shinra versus Hibana, and I think he's going to get outclassed. I think he's going to get his ass whooped because
Wait, does the nun know how to fight?
I don't think so. I
Fuck.
think because Hibana literally said like the nuns are for decoration. So I don't think I think her name is Iris. I don't think she knows how to fight.
She should
I'm not
just,
entirely sure.
She should be like, you thought I was window dressing, boob fan service, but I'm not just boob fan service. Nuh-uh. Because I can control water. And then douses her in water.
We just turned it to the last. We just turned it to Avatar.
I am the last airbender.
Oh God! Don't do it, Fire Force. Don't listen to C any series unless C tells you to become better, like Berserk.
It's just like, only listen to him when he's right.
Yeah, do that. But
all other times,
yeah,
still...
pass.
Yeah, I agree. I like this episode. This is fun. There's also this one moment, and then we'll move on, where the guy who shoots the guns, lieutenant, he takes out 2 machine pistols and just he just walks into like a crowd of them and starts shooting them. I'm like, wow, this is great.
He is maniac.
Maniac. I don't know. Oh, I didn't have I forgot to put the promo thing up. There we go. Promo thing. Yay. Now people know where to follow. Anyways, so stay tuned to after the show because we'll be talking about Madoka Magica. But right now, we're going to give shoutouts to EA. Crap. EA, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me at my YouTube channel. Link in the description. I should probably put out a video sometime soon. You know, it's pretty crazy. I almost have 200 subscribers. Yeah, I just, I have some Bunny Girl Senpai podcast on there. I should probably do more Domestic Girlfriend. Finish that up. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Zach. Well, it's right there. I mean, you can see it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Satsuki the Savage.
I have to say thank you, EA, for that. That was a great impersonation of yourself. But as for me, you guys can find me on Twitter, the YouTube as well. I love Unordinary. It's weird. I know it's completely off the rails, but it doesn't really have a plot, like as far as where I am. But I think I just love the characters, and I'm very interested in the mystery behind it. So yeah, it's been a fun series to talk about. But yeah, that's it for me.
Hey, what's that Unordinary you're talking about?
Oh shit.
What are they doing there?
I don't know how to explain Unordinary. I said it before. I don't know what the exact plot is. There's people with powers. They're in a school. Sarah is just cool. John is a very angry person. Once you push him, and Arlo is an asshole, but he's very interesting. So
it's an asshole you want to love.
You
want to
I do
care
want to love Arlo
and nurture for that asshole.
Wait a minute.
Moving on, you can find me Bento right here. It's where it's streaming. If you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, that'd be really nice. Help get the Bento channel to 1K. Also join the Discord server. That would be really great. My Twitter is at SeaTacticsYT. I do JoJo videos, Hunter x Hunter videos, definitely lots of Fate videos, OV awful, anime reviews, discussions, whatever. Who cares? Want to talk about?
I can care.
Oh. So So happy. Let's talk about Madoka Magica.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sadly, EA will not be here this week, but I can do an impersonation of him.
You can. It was.
I don't know. I don't know what his thoughts are in episode 2, so I'm gonna play it safer.
Yeah. I thought the episode was pretty good. It's really surprising, actually.
By the way, I'm doing like 2 a.m, about to fall asleep. EA.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. Magical girls, not my strongest genre. I wish we got more shows like this. Also, good show.
Thank you, EA. As for me, this episode, damn, I remember talking about like how I thought the first two episodes were so bad, but now rewatching it, I don't know if it's just like how my mindset is now, or if I was just trying to downplay the first two episodes just because I didn't think they were. Go ahead.
Continue.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't know if it was me like possibly trying to downplay the first two episodes just to kind of lighten people's expectation of it, because I do think it gets a lot better down the line. But I still enjoyed these two episodes.
I did as well, and I think it's so when I first started watching the show again for the main podcast, which we'll be doing on Satsi's channel. Subscribe. I initially was like, oh man, these first two episodes, they're brutal. But once we started talking about it weekly, I found myself really involved in the show and very excited. And I think that's because I think I have a reason to watch it and be excited for it, which is to talk to you guys about it. And so I found myself way more invested in the show overall.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought the first two episodes were so bad. I mean, it did have the kind of like slow moments, but they were moments. It had some good moments as well. Like if I had to talk about one thing, like when Sayaka was talking about how Madoka they don't know what to wish for because they really haven't experienced anything, and how
that's a big
Sayaka is kind of
that's an important moment.
and Sayaka is kind of what's the word for it? She kind of feels guilty that someone like her and Madoka get this opportunity when they don't need to worry about much. I mean, Madoka looks like she's well off. She lives in a glass house. She seems fine. Sayaka, we don't really know her living situation, but they seem fine. So yeah, that was a cool moment coming from middle schoolers. that's some thought.
Yeah. Oh, Madoka Magica episode 2. That would be truly wonderful. The girls were offered one wish, but have nothing to wish for. The girls then learn about the labyrinths. Forgot to read the synopsis thing. That's all I had. It wasn't really a good synopsis. I don't know why I did it anyways. Who cares? But yeah, no, I thought that's a very big moment, actually, kind of an integral part to the plot. It's a very big moment for these characters because, yeah, I mean, they have everything. I mean, we saw it in this episode. They go over to the girl's house and like they have tea and snacks, and it's like K-On! They got everything. They're all moe blobs and stuff, but it sucks. Like their life kind of feels bland almost. Like, like that's the kind of like the feeling and tone I'm getting, is that they have, like, they go to a good school, they have that, like, they're friends with each other, they're very nice people, they're well educated, they got money, but it feels like there's no excitement maybe in their lives. Like, I don't know way to describe it. Like, it's safe.
Yeah. I think to me, it's not like they're like adrenaline junkies, so it's not like they want to, break the status quo and we have to change this. We want excitement. Like, it's not like that. It's just that they have this opportunity and it's something that they don't want to pass up. It's kind of like you're just
Flora.
balancing the
Flora and Carole and Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. They have this opportunity in front of them, but it comes with a huge risk, like risking your life. So, one wish, that's such a big thing. And the way Cube describes it, it's a wish that is not like, Dragon Ball Z, where Shenron has like limitations. They can wish for anything, no limits. So it's not something they want to pass up because that may be something they regret. But at the same time, they have to see if it's worth risking their life for.
Yeah. Is it like I like their internal conflict on this whole thing. Like just put yourself into the situation for a moment. Self-insert yourself, like an isekai protag, and just think, if someone gave you one wish, you can wish for mostly anything. What would you wish for? Financial stability? Well, they already have that. Emotional stability? They're fine. Their families, they're not, not terrible. And I think Sayaka says it best, it's something you brought up, where she feels guilty, but like there are people who probably need this much more, and why did they get that wish over those other people? What makes them so special?
The colorful hair.
Ah, yes. The colorful hair. The color-coded hair.
Yep.
And also the fact they look like anime characters.
That plays a part too.
So what's the blonde girl's name again? Mommy
Tomoe.
Oh. Mamako. I'm just kidding. Mommy. So she explains all the witches and how that stuff works, and how there's the witches' labyrinth, and it's not safe for people to go in there, and that people often, if they just find themselves accidentally wandering in there, which apparently that can happen, very bad things happen to that person. The witches also causes things like unexplained murders and suicides, and we see this later on in this episode. We see a girl try to commit suicide, and they have to go into the labyrinth with David Bowie and kill some witches.
Yeah, I like that bit of world building because it kind of connects to the real world, because we've, of course, there's events where people die and we don't really have an explanation as to why. So I kind of like that, is they kind of explain that away with the witches that are in the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something seems so off about this show. I don't know why it is. Like, everything is so good for every one of these characters, but it just there's a weird twinge of sadness to everything. And I haven't seen this series in a long time, but I have watched through it, so I don't know at all if this is going to be like a thing that plays into the story. But do you feel that way, where everything just feels kind of dark?
Yeah, I think the biggest reason for that, to like you feel this unease, even though everything it seems to go smoothly, is because of the start of episode 1. in episode 1, we see Homura just fighting and in a dream sequence that Madoka had, and then that's not something you can ignore. You always get the feeling it's going to be brought back to that moment, but you don't know how exactly we're going to get there. So I think that's where the unease comes in, and the fact that the witches were introduced. Now you have this threat, which you can literally just wander into it, because as Mommy said, Sayaka and Madoka, they were in a labyrinth. They didn't even realize it. So now you have this threat which could pop up at any given moment.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know where I was going with whatever. Who cares? Moving on. I like their little friend who goes, "Girls can't love girls." Runs off.
Oh God.
She pops up later and says, "Well, you know, 2's a company and 3's a crowd."
He told me it's the best. She would definitely not be a fan of citrus, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it was funny because the first time this whole this comedy thing happened is when Kyubey is able to connect everybody through like telepathy. Fuck that word.
Telepathy.
But yeah, we're not even gonna no second attempt. We got the first one. We're going to call it speaking through your mind.
Call it Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. We'll go with that too. But yeah, everybody's able to talk to each other. Mommy, Sayaka, Madoka, Kyubey, they can all talk to each other from a certain distance as long as Kyubey is there. So when Sayaka and Madoka are talking through their minds, they're just like they're like on the same page with things. And then he told me it's kind of disturbed. She's like, "Wait a minute. Yesterday you guys weren't like this. What the hell happened in the span of 24 hours to make you guys connect like this?" And she was like, "Well, there's only one thing." That was funny.
Maybe Hitomi is like the embodiment of you. But before, maybe there was like a point, Satsuki, where you didn't understand what Yuri was. And you were like, "But girls and girls, nuh-uh, that doesn't work." And then suddenly, just like in Carole and Tuesday, they see the two girls making out and it awakens something. You're like, whoa. There's something to this.
I would not. You point to that moment with Carole and Tuesday. I would not be able to give you a moment where I awakened. Maybe it was just something that happened as a combination of everything that I've seen over anime, because anime is anime. But yeah,
this is correct.
Yuri,
anime is anime.
It happens. We had to deal with it. But that was a very funny moment.
Also, we learned that it's very common for magical girls to fight each other to get the rewards from killing the witches.
Oh yeah, they mentioned that too.
Which Mommy throws the thing at Homer, and Homer's like, "I don't need your charity."
I love Homura. I love Homura because I know what's going on with her and I know why she's acting the way she acts. But if I didn't, I probably wouldn't like Homura that much, because she's just so mysterious and you just don't know what's up with her. You literally don't know. She popped up in Madoka's dream. She tells Madoka, "Stay the way you are." She keeps looking at Madoka. You're like, what is wrong with her? And then she tried to kill Kyubey. She pops up with where Mommy, and she rejects the grief seed that Mommy offered to her. So you don't understand why she's the way she is. But man, when they start rolling with her, I think she's going to be everybody's favorite character.
Oh, I already love her. This is what should have happened. Mommy should have threw the thing at her, and as soon as she caught it, started playing this Stone Cold's entrance music, and just the glass shatters, and just home runs come out to kick some ass, by God.
That man or that girl has a family.
That girl has a family. Oh, he's dead.
Oh man. Oh damn. Oh, that was something else. Oh, yeah, okay. So you mentioned the thing with the magical girls fighting amongst each other. I think that's definitely alluding to what's to come in future episodes. But the way Mommy didn't go into detail about it, but it's easy to imagine why they would fight. It was briefly talked about it, but it wasn't honed in on. With these grief seeds, it damn, I don't know what the original thing is called. They're called. Actually, I don't even know if I can say the name because I think the name will spoil it. I'll just say the egg that the magical girls carry, that Mommy carried. Yeah, the Baylets. Yeah, the shining Baylet. Yeah, I can't say the name until they mention. But yeah,
Madoka!
with when she used the grease seeds to like purify it because it was kind of dingy. Yeah, that's the thing. So that's something you have to pay attention to because that's going to be one of the reasons, that's one of the reasons why magical girl would fight each other, because I'm pretty sure there are like limited witches that you can fight. I mean, Mommy spent the whole time just looking for this one witch, so the magical girls are kind of like in competition with each other in a way.
I don't know why Mommy did it the way she did. It's like, you gotta use like your power and stuff, whatever. Just get some Windex.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. But I think it was the insides of it that was not too clean. I don't think it was the outside glass.
Take the top off, put it in the dishwasher.
There you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you clean your shining Baylet.
But remember, to activate the thing, you have to give up something in exchange.
Equivalent exchange, or not really equivalent exchange. Just sacrifice all your friends.
Yeah, just every single one of them. You could probably choose one, but you do all of them instead, just because you're a psychopath.
Yep. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I find out.
Yeah. Sayaka brings a bat into a public restaurant.
I didn't think about that. She did do that.
She just whips it out and she's like, "Look at my bat, everybody!" And everybody's like, "Oh God, Sayaka, you need help."
Sayaka's just a funny character to me. That's like normal to her. She's like, I got this bat and we're gonna just fight these witches I didn't even know about before. It's weird how they are kind of unfazed by all this shit, because I'll say it again, the labyrinths are fucking trippy. They are absolutely weird. It's like the people who just created all this stuff, they were on some acid. They were on some shit, because there's just random shit popping out of nowhere. Like, you just see like mustaches just in your face about to kill you somehow. It's weird.
It's very much, it reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
But like,
very strange.
Yeah, a lot more acid and LSD. Maybe that's why they're so used to it, is because they're always dropping acid.
Maybe that's what Sayaka and Madoka did in their time away from Hitomi.
Or maybe Hitomi's the one supplying.
Ooh. Now that's a plot twist.
God damn it. Also, Madoka is drawing some worrying images, in my opinion. She shows, like, oh, I thought I would, contribute to the group, guys, by, like, being all cute and drawing these images, and they all have, like, their eyes, like darkened. And I'm like, oh, fuck. That's disturbing. Madoka, did you kill pets when you were younger? Did you hurt animals?
Or maybe Kentaro Miria is her inspiration for art.
Hey, you know what? Every anime inspired by Berserk. You can compare them.
Yep.
This anime, you know what this anime reminds me of? Berserk.
Exactly. I mean, I think the first indication of that was when, I found out that both were anime.
Yeah, and they both kind of came around the same time. This was like 2011. Berserk was, 1989. So, a couple weeks apart.
Same. Yeah, same ballpark.
Yeah. And, Madoka, being the main character, very relatable to Guts. Because, both of them, they're very similar main characters. There's not a lot of traits you can set them apart by. Both are kawaii. Both fight alligator monsters who have shields and spears and swords and stuff.
I agree.
Probably have lots of muscles. And I don't remember seeing another eye on Madoka, so I think she only has one. Yeah. She also,
these are true.
Yeah. She also looks like she could definitely carry around a slab of metal.
Oh yeah, she's definitely carrying around Dragon Slayer. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Madoka is ridiculously strong.
Yep. I agree. This episode was really good. I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
Nah, it was just. I think the purpose of this episode was kind of. It was world building. We now know about the witches. We have a mommy who was kind of like Sayaka and Madoka's senpai in a way, and
Senpai?
yeah, we learned stuff about with the Greases, and Kyubey can do a lot of weird shit, and I just gotta say, this isn't a spoiler. Kyubey is just fucking, he's creepy. He's a cat with beady red eyes.
Yeah.
No.
And has a cute angelic voice. No, I'm not getting anywhere near that cat.
Yeah. No thanks.
Rat. Squirrel. Dog. Chicken.
Even if I knew nothing about Kyubey, I would support Homura trying to kill Kyubey in the first episode. Wholeheartedly.
I'd support her anyways, because she's the best character.
I agree.
Madoka asks her mother, what would you do with a wish? And she has her answer. Madoka is not really taking it very seriously. Or Madoka is taking it very seriously, but the mother isn't taking this hypothetical very seriously, where she wishes for like the CEO to retire and to basically make this one aspect of her life easier. That's just a thing that happened that we didn't talk about.
Yeah, and I don't know. I liked it. I like that because I don't know. I just like Madoka's mother, but it never feels connected to anything that's happening in the story. It's just like we just go there. We go to Madoka's family for. It doesn't really serve anything, at least to what I can see. But I guess it's cool because it doesn't last long anyways.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yep.
That's, almost a 2-hour show again.
We did it.
How does this keep happening?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just a guy.
Thanks everybody for watching the show. Tune in next week when we talk more about Madoka Magica, and tune in next week for the King of Anime podcast, because that's the best part of the show. is the whole show itself. So you should probably actually watch the whole damn thing. Also, make sure to subscribe to Satsuki the Savage and everything animated. And anything else?
That is it.
Bye-bye.
Johnny.